This is Inga Brower with the Healing Revolution. Welcome to third, fourth podcast. I'm not really sure. Today, it's all about becoming a leader of one. And I'm going to share about becoming a leader of one because that's what I need to share today. That's where I am at. For 21 days, I did a conscious leader of one journey. What that meant was every single day when I woke up, I felt into what I needed to do to lead myself, what I needed to do to validate myself at the end of the day, what I needed to do so I could be proud of me. And I realized a lot of different things about myself. I realized how much being hard on myself is just part of my path. And I can numb it out for a while and pretend like it's not there, but it is. But what it's also been teaching me is really taking radical responsibility for myself and only for myself. That means speaking my truth. It means not worrying about what other people are going to think when I express certain things. It means doing what I want to do. It means giving myself permission to do the creative things I've been wanting to do. It means all of these things, and it also means to only think about that. And it also means giving my clients the power over the results they're going to get over the work with me back to them. And it also means inviting other people to become the leaders of themselves. It means recognizing the leadership of each individual. And what that allows me to do is to see myself on equal footing with everybody else around me. And it's uncomfortable because we're not used to this. We're used to positioning our egos above, below. I've talked about this in different podcasts. And if I now assume that I am a leader of myself and I need to take radical responsibility for myself, for the energy I bring, for how I talk to myself, how I celebrate myself, how I show up in the world, for if I allow myself to block myself from the callings that are actually there, if I start creating weird shadowy things, if I start not allowing myself to be who I am and start creating shadowy things and start creating negative, and I use that word in quotation marks because I don't believe they're actually negative. If I create challenges for myself out of boredom, out of fear, then that means I need to take radical responsibility to shift out of fear into love. And it also means I don't really get a break from that. It's radical. It's a radical act. When I think I can take a break out of it, from it, my saboteur comes back in. When I think it's okay to have more chocolate than I really want, when I think it's okay to sleep in longer than what I really want, I think it's okay to say, yeah, we can do that, when I don't really want to do that. All those times I'm taking a break from taking radical responsibility for myself, I am creating challenges. I am creating a reality that is out of step, out of tune with my true expression in the world. And the more I do that, the more I create clearer manifestations. And taking radical responsibility for myself really means scaling that back, saying, okay, how can I act out of love again? For myself, for others? How can I be courageous enough not to act out of fear? Because every time I act out of fear, I create a result that I don't want. And so I need to ask myself on the daily, moment by moment, what is it that I would do if I weren't afraid? What is it I would do if I were acting out of love instead of fear? And I can't say I did a very good job today or yesterday or Friday. And so I need to take responsibility here publicly on this podcast to scale that back again, to be vulnerable and true with you, and to declare that no longer I need to shift this vibration, I need to shift it here. So I'm going to do that in this very precious moment and take responsibility for myself. And I'm going to really gently and kindly let myself know that I see that there's a part of me being such a radical perfectionist too. I see that part of her that's stomping her feet because she actually wasn't able to take responsibility for somebody else's stuff. She tried. And it's just taking a moment to see this loving, kind, sweet, darling part of that lives in me, who just wants to make everybody better and just take on everybody's stuff so that they can feel better. And she's so strong. She's so strong. She can pile it up. She's been doing that her whole life. And I just want to tell her I see her and that I love her. I see how much love there is in her and how much she cares. And also, I need to sit with her for a moment and really listen. And I need to listen when I hear her say, I'm afraid that if I don't do that, if I don't people please, if I don't give in, if I don't take on other people's things, they won't love me. They won't have a reason for me to be around. And hearing her say that breaks my heart. And it breaks it in a good way. Breaks it open. Or not, I don't know. And so I want to say to her, sweetheart, and I want to say to your heart too, if it's like mine, which I'm thinking it probably is, sweetheart, you are enough. You don't have to take on anything that's not yours, so that people will want to keep you around. You are so shining and so bright and so beautiful. Don't dim that. And I can feel her pulling away because I'm lecturing her. So I'm going to sit with that. And hear her when she says she's afraid to show that shining light. She's afraid of being too much, of shining too brightly, of making other people too uncomfortable. And again, I witness her heart. Again, I witness her. I let her know that I see her. I let her know that I see that she's afraid of shining so bright she blinds everybody. She'd rather take other people's darknesses on to protect them from it. She's afraid that if she shines so brightly when someone else is encountering their shadows, they'll be forced to see it before they're ready. And I can feel her knowing that right in this moment as I'm speaking to you, that she can see that that is a loving thing to do too. To shine her light, even in the presence of shadows. So, here I am. This is probably day 27 of my Leader of One 21-day journey. This isn't gonna stop. This continues every single day, and the work needs to happen every single day. And I've been needing help on the way, and I'm grateful for the help I'm receiving. And I also know that the calling inside of me, the thing that scares me, is that I want to lead other leaders to be themselves, to lead, to shine their light bright, 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 even if they want to dim it for other people's comfort. So if you're one of those healer leaders, come out of the shadows and come play with me. We'll make a healing revolution together with our tender hearts who care so deeply and who are afraid of shining. Catch you wherever we get to meet. Goodbye.